Hello and welcome to City Edition, the City of Bend's video news magazine. I'm Justin Feinstone. The city is getting ready for street maintenance season with many projects on the books and reprioritizing spending to help pay for those projects. Here are the details.
Well, the amount of money needed for streets has not changed, and that's $6 million a year for street preservation. Through the work of the Street Maintenance Committee and Council, draining our savings, our reserves, as well as programming additional dollars because of growth, we came up with $3.3 million of that $6 million, still leaving a funding gap. It's not realistic during this biennial budget to fill that gap with existing resources. What our staff recommendation to council is to at least generate another $1 million to prevent streets from deteriorating any further, which means going from 3.3 to 4.3 million annually. That $1 million is going to have to come from cuts to other general fund supported services, which will be discussed with council at a retreat coming up in April.
So our road maintenance budget, looking out into the future, we're $3 million next year. The next biennium, with policies adopted by council, be at about $3.3 million a year. The target through all the efforts of the Streets Funding Committee this past year was $6 million, and so we're in that $2.7 million budget shortfall.
The city is in a 2-year budget cycle. We're 1 year into that. So what we would like to do right now is to make some adjustments to put more money for streets for the next construction season. Again, the goal is to just prevent streets from deteriorating any further. The look at the budget and cutting services more significantly to generate additional revenue needed to improve streets would be a task that would come at the next biennial budget process, which begins next winter.
Our Streets and Operations Department has multiple programs. Street preservation has been one talked about at length, recent months. We also have accessibility, concrete, sidewalk, signing, striping, sweeping, winter operations. So there's a lot of strains on our overall street and operations budget. Really looking for additional funds, and what that means is all departments that are general fund supported, we're all looking at that and what can help our street preservation needs, but what other level of service is going to drop to meet those needs, since the revenues have not kept pace with the cost of doing business.
Without the fuel tax, there's still a funding gap of $2.7 million. What's going to need to happen is to look at the general fund services and service levels and essentially prioritize those and perhaps cut other services to be able to put more money towards streets.